Hunter mode. Hunter mode is a small habit change which A helps you be more efficient in life, and B, which is more important, trains your brain to be more decisive. Originally, the entire system, habit, call it whatever, was coined by my homeboy Kalin, and I will drop his extended video lecture on a topic if you want to really dive deeper. Here I will quickly explain what it is, how it works, and how to actually implement it. Okay, so hunter mode is, in short, is when something appears, you just go for it. It's a very vague description, but let me give you a better example, rather more specific examples. Let's just say you're about to step outside of your house and you have 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes. But at the same time, you also need to write an email. And send it to someone, whatever something popped up. Work related, customer support related, whatever. The usual default is, it's okay, I will get back home, I will do it. Because you only have 5 minutes. Hunter mode thing is actually sit down, start writing, and attempt to get through it and send it within 5 minutes. Will you make it? Or will you actually leave a draft and finish it later? It doesn't matter. What matters is you sit down. You do it within that specific period of time. You're training decisiveness, you're training going for it. Another good example, if you're using the public transportation and you knowing what's going on, you're like, if I will start running, I will actually make it to the bus. But people will look at me weird. I will be that weird guy who's running after the bus. Start running. Start running, because odds are, well, first of all, you might make it and save yourself some time chilling at a bus stop. But you also train the decisiveness mode, and you also train yourself to be less dependent on other people or on their opinions, because that same thing which makes us be quiet, which makes us not to share our opinions, which makes us not put ourselves first, is the same reason why we don't want to run after a bus. What would people think? Another example, applying for a job. The job you are not necessarily qualifying for. Well, first of all, let's face the line. If you're obviously not qualified, but let's just say, for example, you're applying for sales or marketing job and you need to send the loom in. Say, you know what? I know what you are requesting, I don't know, for sales, like 1 million cash collected, but I only have 300k, but because of this and that, I know for a fact that despite I am not having those numbers, I will be able to make it because reasons A, B, C, and D. What source will happen? Well, will tell you no. Well, you already told yourself no. Same goes, again, even for directly reaching out to people for, again, sales example. You want to send them your video introduction to say, this is what I am, this is who I am. Are you looking for any help in sales department type deal? All of those is, well, it's examples. Examples are basic. With email, it's like, well, you write an email, or with a bus, you don't have to wait extra 5 minutes. With jobs are more serious because it's whether you're getting a job or not. But the most important thing, rather than those specific examples, most important thing is what you do in your brain. Because our brain are habits and patterns. And if you trained yourself to not be decisive, again, it's functioning in a ship mode. Again, I will add a link to that video so you can go to a full original video of Kalin to understand how it works. If you train yourself to being in ship mode, take your time, prepare, think about it, blah, 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 blah. This is you. Just, you don't have any good habits. You are doing nothing but delaying. However, let's just say you did the email thing. You sent it, it wasn't like you didn't get it to 100%, you got it to 85% good enough. That's one piece of a puzzle. Let's just say that's a box of decisiveness. You decided to run after a bus. You got yourself some cardio. Another piece of decisiveness. You realize, you know what? I have nothing to lose. Let me apply for a job I'm unqualified for, and face the lie and say, I know I don't have that specific thing you're looking for, but I have this and that, and I'm more than willing to outwork the lack of specific numbers. Or again, there are multiple ways you can do it. That video is not about that. You decided to go for it. Here, another piece. And another, if you actually decided not just to let me apply, you decided to face the lion and call things out, that's another piece. And this is how you train your brain for success. Because success is not just some magical thing you all of a sudden appears because you buy some guru's course on the IG for 4 grand. No, one of the things is you do enough repetitions of a right thing in the right order. This is how you get, again, success is different. There isn't that one definition. It essentially boils down to how you want your life to look in the end. But conceptually, it's you're filling out that box of repetitions of right things, but you only do right repetitions once you train your brains to go for it. Because again, what are the biggest issues we have which prevents us from succeeding? We are doubting ourselves. We are doubting our abilities. We are doubting if we're even capable. We are doubting if we're doing the right things. And with all of those doubts, we cripple ourselves when it comes to actual actions. So the idea is repetitions. You become more, again, repetitions of hunter mode in all aspects of life, from big or small. Repetitions, you train your brain to be decisive. You build that habit. And this way, because guess what, odds are if you say, you know what, I'm gonna function on the hunter mode, it's still not gonna work every time. It doesn't work for me every time. And I have been practicing it for the last year and a half consciously, just understanding it. And subconsciously before that. It's not gonna happen perfectly every time. But the more you do it, you train your brain to be more decisive during the right time. And at the same time, you are becoming much more efficient in your day-to-day life. Again, I will link the video to Kalin's explanation on the topic. He did it much deeper, with much more details, if you actually want to understand how it works. Again, on a conceptual level. For me, it's a quick overview of what it is and how it works. And if you're questioning, okay, so am I functioning in a hunter mode right now, how to do it specifically, or am I even using hunter mode in the right direction, because we can pick different directions in life, not all of them are created equal. Book a free clarity call. Let's make a detailed audit of what you have going on in your life, and let's structure that roadmap from point A to point B to point C and then to point Z, where point Z is the life you want to live. Andre out.